Geek Citadel.
How come a rich guy can't just sip a martini on his private plane in peace? Turbulence rips open the cabin door and sends the plane spiraling into the darkness. The rich man wakes up in a life raft absent his martini glass and instead with a pocket knife, lighter, and a bottled water. He's stuck in the middle of the ocean with only a few islands as his safe haven. He has to try to struggle to stay alive in hopes that someone will someday rescue him from his lonely hell. For a game in early access, Stranded Deep has all of its components in place. The sea is heavily populated with fish and fauna, and the bug issues are easily overlooked, except for the disappearing raft bug. Once the raft disappears, you have to load a save or start the game over. Otherwise, it feels solid fresh out of the gate, and all the tools are in place and in working order. The crafting system is probably one of the best out there. You actually have to place the items in front of you and piece them together as opposed to just having them stashed in a bag. It gives a personal touch to combining components for survival. It's a bit complicated at first, but once you figure out the method to the madness, you'll probably never respect other crafting systems the same way. The light of the sun beams across the ocean during the evenings, but at night, the moon reveals itself as the last beacon of survival in the darkness. Stranded Deep features a believable world by scaling back the HUD and allowing us to see things as we do in real life. Taking to the ocean could use a better transition than fading to black, but what is underneath is undoubtedly a believable underwater experience. As with most survival games drifting about in this saturated genre, I can't figure out why I should continue playing. I can build some tools, chop wood, and use my architect skills to create a home. Now what? What's the ultimate goal of this game? Just stay alive for a certain amount of days like Tom Hanks in Castaway? I see a great vast ocean ahead of me with plenty of islands, but they all look vaguely the same as the others. I could use a bit of discovery, some underwater ruins, some dense jungle islands to find treasure on. Something that makes it worth playing for longer than a few hours. Sharks in their current state don't do much but bump your raft and run away as you whack them to death. They're basically shark piñatas. There are no other terrors of the sea to be afraid of or creatures to marvel at in its current state. No dolphins, whales, squid, jellyfish, octopi, etc. The ocean needs a little more life to it to satisfy those deep diver cravings. Rocks are fundamental to all of the important crafting in this title. It's too bad that there are only maybe 3 or 4 rocks per island, which is weird when you look around and see rocks pretty much everywhere. You can't build a mining pick and break some rocks. You have to travel 15 minutes to another island to try and find some. There are a few ships that we can scavenge from in the game. At times they will have items on top of them or inside of a hatch that leads to the lower decks. It's just too bad that you can't climb to get to the item, or pull yourself out of a hatch once you decide to look around. So once you go inside of a hatch, you're stuck in the hatch. You either have to reset the game or die. Stranded Deep has a good basis, and it's great that it is currently in working order. It sets up the premise of a guy stuck in the middle of nowhere, but now it needs to give us some goals to pursue. Stranded Deep is worthy of a purchase if you're really into survival games. If you're not, well, I suggest you wait for a sale. This game has a ton of potential in its early access state. I'm hoping the developers take risks to make it a game about adventure and discovery instead of fighting off naked cannibal zombies or the boogeyman like in every other survival title. I personally feel more immersed while trying to survive while fighting against nature than I ever did fighting off a monster. For more Geek Citadel plays and reviews, check us out on YouTube, Dailymotion, and GeekCitadel.com. Also, for the PC lovers, join our group on Steam Curator. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.